Good fastball, curveball, split finger. He threw the ball in the mid-90s before his injury. And since he's come back, he did not throw the ball well after he had the injury in May, John, but they say that he's been throwing the ball exceptionally well his last few times out.
Well, he finished the year after really getting closer to full recovery after the surgery, and he finished the year winning 3 of his last 4 starts. The bunt fouled by Lofton. Quickly the count is 0-2. Kenny Lofton thus far in the series has had the one quick burst in the first game and not much since, and that is a ball. Lofton for the series is 1 for 8. Bagwell off his glove. Biggio. Reynolds too late.
Taking a look at the defense for the Houston Astros today, the difference today in the lineup: Chuck E. Carr in center field. Chuck E. Carr, that is. A little more speed, a little better defensive player. Although the other day, the center fielder made some outstanding plays. So Gabo.
So Carr is in there. Hidalgo just did not give them much offensively. They were hoping that he might. So Carr with the hard-throwing right-hander. Smoltz in there today. Will get the start. He'll bat left-handed against him. So here's Lockhart, and a very ominous beginning for the Astros. An error on the first ball put in play committed by Jeff Bagwell. And here is Lockhart. The big curveball, and that is too low. 1 ball and no strikes. Now Reynolds, a guy who keeps himself very fit. He goes out and runs every day, but after he had the knee surgery, that cut down his ability to do much of that when he came back. He said it wasn't until late August that really he started to get back to the full exercise regimen. And he's still, as you see here, he's been clocked around 87, 88 on the radar gun with his fastball today. Not the real pop of the fastball that he had earlier this year before the injury.
What happens to you, John, is you lose your routine. You have to go through a whole new program, and that's what's happened to Shane since the knee injury.
And that is too high. 3-0. The power is coming up next. Well, when he first came back, he struggled terribly, but then as he started to get back into the exercise routine, he had much more success. That is called a strike. And in a way, Reggie, he had to sort of relearn pitching when he didn't have that real live fastball, because he had to become more of a finesser, more of a guy who hit those corners.
Get you out of your routine, John. You're not the same guy, not the same pitcher. You lack a little confidence. Anytime
back to the back.
Take a look now is what I'm starting to notice about Houston is they're still got the butterflies a little bit. They need to get rid of those and get on with with the ball game. A little error at first base, getting behind the hitter. Not the kind of baseball you want to play when you're trying to win a championship.
Lofton started to go, then stopped. The ball hit well into left center field. Playable out there for Gonzalez. Lofton, who was 2/3 of the way to second, has to go back. 1 away. Now Reynolds gets his first out of the game, but now the Braves' power comes out. Larry Dierker, who had an interesting comment about the Astros coming back here. He says, well, we have to sweep 3 games here. We could do that, but it's not likely.
Uphill battle against this ball club. They are a great team, a very confident team. The difference today in the game, you can notice right away, the other day, the first game of the series, Kenny Lofton leaves off a little bloop double, and they advance that runner over the third base. Now it doesn't appear as though Lockhart takes a chance to get him over there.
And they have Lofton picked off at first base, and by plenty. Wow.
Sticking right with the same theme, John. Atlanta not quite as heads up. They did not advance the runner over to second base, or at least make the attempt where Lockhart should have been pulling the ball. And here again, we take a look where Lofton gets caught going the wrong way. He had already made a decision. He had already committed to stealing second base. You just kind of wonder again, that groin injury, that upper thigh injury that he had earlier in the year, does it still bother him?
Trying to cheat a little bit to get the better jump, perhaps. So now, just like that, 2 down and nobody on. And you're wondering if these last 2 plays might be helping the Butterflies to start to disappear for the Astros. 0-1 to Chipper Jones. And now 1 ball and 1 strike.
Anytime you're in postseason and struggling, you're grasping for straws. You're looking for anything. You get an absolute shower for it can rain for 30 days. You get 5 minutes of sunshine. You say, oh, it's turning around in my favor. You're looking to hold on to anything.
Just inside for a ball there. Charlie Relaford is the home plate umpire today. 2 balls and a strike to Chipper Jones. Fred McGriff would be next. Jones, who had 21 homers and 111 RBIs during the season. That is a fastball in there. 2-2 the count. Well, I mean, this inning just started horribly with the error. Then he went to 3-0 on Lockhart. Looked like it was steadily getting worse. And then they turned it around quickly. That one is hit a mile down the right field line, hooking into the corner. A home run. High up into the 3rd level of the Astrodome. What a shot by Chipper Jones. And it is 1-0 for the Atlanta Braves.
It's really a bomb right here, John. Complete full extension by Chipper Jones. Watch him get his arms out. Watch him get his hands extended. This ball is hit, as they say in the old days, just a country mile. Fastball right down the middle of the plate. And boom, look at him get stretched out. Full extension. Weight on his back leg. Follows all the way through and keeps the ball fair. An outstanding swing where he's not in front of that ball.
Third ball, Fred McGriff lines it into left. And so after all of that, the Braves still end up with a run. Atlanta won. And now the Astros, Biggio, Bell, and Bagwell coming up against John Smoltz.